Hey Scott, hey everyone else, welcome back to 4Running Shoes. I've had some really good weeks of running behind me in the last few weeks. I haven't really talked too much about how my running's been going, but I have basically kind of just tried to have a reset sort of period. So I took probably about 3 or 4 weeks of just whatever happens with my running. Probably did roughly 10 to 20 Ks most weeks. And now the last sort of 2 and a bit weeks, I've been hitting 40K weeks. And I've kind of just decided I'll start from scratch again with my running, basically just set a baseline level and then slowly and steadily increase from that. And yeah, it was kind of inspired from a video I watched. And yeah, they were just basically talking about how we often ramp up our training and, you know, week by week, we increase by 10% each week or do these things. And it's just very easy to do that for a bit, but then you get to a stage where, you know, you kind of just increase too fast for too long and you get to a point where it's just too hard to maintain long term. And either you'll get injured or you'll just burn out from doing too much too soon, I guess. And I think that's been a bit of a recurring theme with my running. I'll get to somewhat of a decent mileage in my own opinion of what a perfect week of running looks like. And then I will peter out a bit. Usually I would say because of burnout, but then sometimes maybe a bit injury or sickness or something just throws me out of whack and just lose some motivation because of that, or need to take some time off. So yeah, it's been interesting to kind of think about, well, what would be a good baseline to set? And then the plan is to run that for about a month, 4 weeks. And then kind of assess, like, was that a good amount of running? Do I want to increase it? Do I want to stay the same? Do I want to even decrease it a little bit? Because it might have been too ambitious, or maybe I just take a rest week and just go a bit easier and then go back to whatever, like set a new plan for the next 4 weeks. So that's kind of been what I've been thinking about. I think a good way to start that is just to set something that's very easy and like it just feels like, oh yeah, I could do that. That doesn't sound hard. To be honest, I probably could have even gone easier than what I am doing, but as I'm reflecting on the last couple of weeks, it has been actually really easy to get out for my runs. I've been motivated. I've been, not being excessively tired, not noticing any injuries. I'm just enjoying it. I'm just getting out there, being consistent, and that's really what running's about. So yeah, it's looking up and looking exciting. If I think about this, like, the goal is kind of like, well, this month I'll just stick with my current plan, and then the next month I'll increase a bit, the next month maybe I'll increase a bit. And yeah, obviously I'll just make decisions. Do I need to just take a recovery month, or do I need, like, can I push a bit more? And hopefully it means I'm sort of doing a more long-term increase in my running, and I'll hit, say, my marathon training block ready to go pretty hard with the training. So that's the goal. And so what I'm doing for these 4 weeks that I'm already halfway through, I've been doing 40 Ks of total mileage, split over about 5 runs. 5 runs. 3 of those runs are just easy 5K runs, just get out there, get it done. Usually one of those easy runs is my park run, and then the other 2 are just midweek sort of 5K runs, sometimes with Shelby, sometimes on my own, my wife. And then the other 2 runs are more intentional. So one of them is a 10-kilometer total run, and then it's a workout of some form. So each week I'll do something slightly different. So I've done, like, if you look at my last 2 kind of, it was only last week's video that I talked about one of those workouts, a 12 by 400. And then this last week I didn't take any footage from that, but I did a 1600 meter sort of workout where I did 600 meters hard, and then I did 2 by 800 meters. And then I did 4 by 400 meters, and then 8 by 200 meters, kind of splitting up that 1600 meters and getting faster and faster with each breakdown of it. So that was a tough workout, but I did really well. So I'm really happy with that. It's looking up. It's looking good. And then my last run is a 15K long run. But I think I've been hitting a bit longer than that. And that's the thing, is like 15K, like all these things are kind of like the minimum of what I have to do to be like successful, but I don't mind if I do a little bit more sometimes. So my long run in particular has been up to 18Ks for the last couple of weeks. Joining Shelby, or for whatever reason it'll end up being a bit longer. Again, this next week coming, I think I'm doing a run with Shelby that'll be 16 Ks, so it'll be a bit of a longer week again. But yeah, no, it's going really well. The other thing that I'm also trying to think about is, like, I'm not just thinking about the running side of things, I'm actually thinking about how do I adapt my lifestyle to suit like a lot of training. And one of the biggest things that I've noticed that's hard for me is multiple early morning runs in a week. Like, I can get up for one, okay, and I've even done weeks where I've done 3 early morning runs in the same week, but then the next week I'm just like, if I have to do that again, I'm just gonna be wrecked. So but to be honest, if I want to hit high mileage, don't think there's much way around getting up early and running for a long time. So like sort of 5 a.m. wake ups in the future if I'm doing long runs in the mornings or those sort of things, or 4 a.m. wake ups sometimes. So that future reality seems like crazy to think about. Like, I don't think I can do that. But what would I do in the meantime to kind of work my way up to that? I'm kind of committing for these 4 weeks, waking up one morning early to do a run. So sort of 5:30 sort of start running. And then, yeah, hopefully I can do that consistently without feeling super tired or fatigued during the week. And then, yeah, maybe in future months where I iterate on this, I can add in a second morning early run, or even up to 3 more early morning runs, or whatever it ends up looking like. I just feel like I need to get into a sort of habit of being able to do that, because it's important for me to run early in the morning rather than in the evenings, I think, because yeah, that's just prime time for family, and I try and prioritize that and not just train my life away, I guess. So early mornings feels like is a thing, and then probably early nights just to make sure I'm getting enough sleep. But yeah, that's kind of my long-term sort of plan, I think, for improving at running, and it starts with consistency and then just building on that consistency. So hopefully I can get a good 8 months of consistent training and then start thinking about doing a marathon build at the start of next year. So I'm excited for that, and yeah, I hope you guys are keen to join me in that process. I'm going for a sub 3-hour marathon next year. So yeah, it'd be awesome to have you subscribed and following along as I build up the base mileage and then hit the marathon next year. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in my next video.